Hello, welcome back for a summertime edition of the Sporting Week where the sport is pretty much done for the year, so we're just going to have some kind of, I don't know.
You lucky people.
Yeah,
you really
pontiferous
lucky people.
banter for like an hour or so, I guess. But apparently no one has been in the studio since we were here last Wednesday, so if you're really lucky, we'll keep talking for a few hours. But
Yeah, we don't want to go outside today. We want to stay in a windowless box.
Yeah.
That's boiling.
In the hottest day of the year so far, with exams in 2 weeks, we've got nothing better to do than be here and talk about football.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to think about my exams anyway.
By we, I mean me and Oliver, as usual.
Yeah, there's no third man, there's no Ben.
There's no Ben.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the Premiership, so he would know what to do with that anyway.
That's true.
So today we're going to do the best 11 out of the top 6. No, the worst 11 out of the top 6.
Yeah.
The best 11 out of the bottom 10. Then we'll probably talk about Buffon's meltdown, maybe touch on Man City being the best Premiership team ever. But that's only if we have time, because we've talked about that every week, basically, so far.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we're just going to start with the fun stuff, because it's summer, why not? It's like 25 degrees. I'm dressed like the most stereotypical Irish man on holiday ever. Like the GAA top, the shorts with like the white legs, and a backpack. All I basically need is like a pint of Magners, and I am your white Irish guy on the beach in Ibiza.
Yeah.
That's basically what I feel like. But we're going to start with this, and I'm probably going to annoy Oliver because there are a few Arsenal players in my team. So
As long as it's not Granit Xhaka or Nacho Monreal, then we're fine.
it's actually not. Okay, so goalkeeper. So this is the worst possible team you can make from the top 6 teams. So that's Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea.
Okay.
And it can't be like squad players that haven't played all season, like Mertesacker, or like young players like Zinchenko for City. Like it has to be players that have
I would
played
never do that to player anyway.
a reasonable amount of football. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to annoy you straight away. Czech in nets.
I'm not sure I'm that annoyed. Czech is... In my head, I was trying to pick between Czech and Mignolet. But the thing with Mignolet, he's just been dropped now. He's just not getting played.
See,
I think it's fair. He's made more mistakes this season contributing to a goal than anyone. More than Lloris.
more than Joe Hart.
More than Joe Hart. He is now... It's quite clear he shouldn't be our number one anymore. Ospina is much more consistent.
Okay,
So, yeah.
I was comparing him with Lloris, who's had an awful season, and Karius. He's had 6 errors leading to goals. Lloris has had 5, so he's not far behind, but he's less saves per goal, more errors in total, not just leading to goals. So I think Czech was the...
And his distribution's by some distance the worst of any goalkeeper. It's worse than Mignolet. Mignolet's distribution's okay.
See, I wasn't really looking at Mignolet. I had Karius in, but like they've both played about 16 games each, so it's hard to sort of judge them when the other two have played 32.
Yeah.
So you agree, Czech?
Yeah, it has to be, I think.
Okay, so we've got one in agreement. Right, you can start with this one then. Right back. We'll take it turnabout. So I start at keeper. You can go right back.
I was thinking of every single club, and like every team has a good starting right back. Bellerin, Valencia, Kyle Walker. Tottenham have got a few. Trippier, Aurier. Liverpool have got Nathaniel Klein and
Alexander
Arnold. Chelsea don't really have one at all.
Victor Moses.
He's more... I don't think he's ever played as like a right back and a back four.
No, he hasn't.
So I suppose I have to pick... Is it Darmian at United?
Yeah.
I think he's... Like Arsenal again only have one right back. So he is literally the only option here.
Okay, so that's who I've picked. I've picked Bellerin.
Bellerin?
Yep. I was comparing him to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he has less blocks, less clearances, and more errors, more cards. The only thing he had better was pass completion, and even that, there wasn't much in it. So I'm going for Bellerin.
Mate.
It's a bad start for Arsenal, but it gets better from here.
Bellerin, here's the thing with Wenger, because Wenger he doesn't know how to like coach defenders at all. When he first started for like 18 months and it was just like raw energy, he got like PFA right back of the year.
Yeah, he was great.
He was insane. Like he was ridiculously good at like 18. Now he's hit this sort of wall that like Wenger just can't help him with. So probably on form, out of those 6 I mentioned, Trippier, Aurier, Kyle Walker, Valencia, he probably is the weakest starting right back of the 6, just in terms of form. In terms of a ceiling, I still think he might go on to be like He's only 21.
He's gonna play for Barca.
He'll play for Barca, or it looks like he's going to Juve actually this summer. He keeps
Really?
getting linked with. Since Dani Alves left, and Liechtenstein is like 33. They've got no pace out wide on the right, and but yeah, I'd say I'm still going to go with Darmian because I think he's played enough
That's
games.
not a bad shout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so centre backs, I've gone for Lovren and Smalling.
That's a good shout.
Who else was in contention there?
Klavan.
Christensen, Klavan.
Christiansen's been pretty good for Chelsea.
And he's really young, so I gave him a kind of bye ball because it's the same thing you said as Bellerin. He's going to be incredible. He's just not yet. So I think Lovren and Smalling is who I've picked. Lovren, just every time he's playing, you're nervous, and Smalling is schizophrenic. Like there are two Chris Smallings, and you have no idea which one's going to show up.
Klavan is pretty shocking. Has he played enough? He's probably played 15... Up until January, he's probably played... I reckon he's probably started 15, 20 games. We should have looked this up, how many games he started.
Yeah.
But just for a different answer, I'm going to say Klavan and Mustafi.
Okay.
Mustafi, again, like... I can't think of a defender for ball in my life. He tries to win every single header, every single tackle. And that sounds like a good thing. But the amount of times he chases after a ball that's like 15 yards away, and he is never going to get it, and he gets completely spun at like the halfway line.
Ends up way out of position.
And he leaves like a 33-year-old Koscielny who's got like no ankles left to like defend against 4 players. Like Mustafi, he may actually retire Koscielny. Like he may actually break like one of the only good Arsenal defenders of the last 10 years. So I think I have to include him just because I want him binned in the summer. Like I want him gone. And Klavan, just because it's funny. I could have said David Luiz. You know, he was pretty shocking.
Yeah,
he
was dropped. Just how bad he's been.
Phil Jones has played pretty well this year, but for like comedy stakes, he's a pretty good guy to include. Just his very face cracks me up.
I didn't want to include any more Chelsea because see, when we get to the front of the pitch, Chelsea fans are not going to like my lineup.
Oh, my midfield is just it's just me like mercilessly bullying Chelsea.
Okay, so left back, Fabian Delph. Not really fair because he's a centre mid, but he has been playing left back for most of the season, and I think he's the weakest out of all of them, except maybe Luke Shaw. But I picked Delph. Do you have any thoughts on that, or are you still trying to think who you're going to pick?
I think Danilo's pretty poor.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really like him. I'm not going to include Kolasinac, even though he's been poor for like 4 or 5 months now. Like he started for like 3 months, he was crazy. And then he realised he was in a very quick league, and he is not a quick man.
Yeah.
You know, he's ridiculously... And he can't pass. There was a point about 2 or 3 months ago where he was getting, like, pass completion rates of, like, 60%, which at any top club is shocking. At a team who are supposed to be good at passing, it's really bad. So, sure. Who's the first guy I said?
Danilo, City.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. I think he's really bad.
With him. So we both picked a Man City left back.
Yeah.
So you would say that's the area City would need to strengthen this summer then?
Yeah, I mean, Mendy's excellent. Like, last year he was amazing. Yeah. And, like, the first, 3 games this year he played. And he's going to play this final month. He's back now.
Yeah, I saw his awful, awful tweets.
Yeah.
Someone should take that man's phone off him.
Yeah. The thing is, I kind of like footballers who, show a bit of a personality on social media.
Depends what that personality is, because he just makes me not like him.
But I think he's quite funny. That I think he knows he's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think he's one of those people who's just so unaware.
Oh yeah, I'm not even biased. This applies to Patrice Evra too, even though he plays for West Ham. Every time he posts on Instagram, I want to die. So have you watched his videos?
Yeah,
where he's singing,
it's a great
I love this game, and driving taxi. I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I think I like Mendy. I think he's funny. The best footballer on Twitter though is Michy Batshuayi. I think he's properly funny.
Do you remember a couple of years ago, Robert Huth was pretty good on it?
Yeah, he was gunning for Arsenal players all the time. Jens Lehmann's Twitter was incredible because he'd reply to comments a year later. Niall Horan from One Direction, he was trying to arrange a charity game, and in 2010 January for Soccer Aid, he messages Jens Lehmann. Yeah, and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's a Soccer Aid match this summer in June. Are you interested in playing in it? It's all for charity." 18 months later, in June 2011, Jens Lehmann replies, "What is this about?" And I thought that was the best tweet ever.
Okay, so moving on. Left mid, Danny Welbeck. I just don't think he's that good. I mean, I guess he's had like 3 good games, and you don't really know where his best position is. But when you compare him to the rest of it, you've got Sané or Raheem Sterling or Bernardo Silva, whichever way they want to flip that about. United, you've got Sanchez. Liverpool.
He's a good shout, actually.
For worst.
He's been shocking all season.
He has been shocking, but he is not shocking. I think Danny Welbeck just is.
Oh. The thing with Welbeck is he's sort of brilliant at everything except the one thing you want him to be very good at, finishing.
Football?
Yeah, football. No, but like all of his goals like come off his knee or his ear or his elbow or like he never connects with the ball in the box. And the thing with Danny Welbeck is he's one of those players, he improves everyone around him, but it's weirdly sacrificial. Like everyone else benefits off him except him. He's a striker. He's like 27 years old, and in his career he's got about 45 goals.
Yeah.
That is so bad. It's a good shout, but like I've got a bit of warmth to him. But now I'm trying to think of like a worse left winger.
No, because I don't think he's that bad, but I think the left mids for the rest of the teams are just so good. Like Tottenham have Son. I guess Chelsea maybe. Who do they play there? Pedro?
He's quite good though.
Oh no, Hazard. What am I talking about?
Yeah, Pedro Hazard.
So you've got Son, Hazard, Mane, Sanchez, Sané. Like Welbeck's the weak link out of those 6, I would say.
Yeah. Sissoko at Tottenham.
I've got him on the right hand side.
Okay, he's going to be my left hand side pick then.
He surprised me with how much football he's actually played this season. He's played 31 out of 32 games.
Yeah, last year they signed him last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
He didn't play at all, really.
Not really. He played at the start and was shocking.
They play him everywhere though. Like I've seen him play in central midfield. He's been terrible.
He was a central midfielder at Newcastle,
and for France at the Euros, and he was really good.
And then Spurs bought him, and he was a right midfielder.
Pochettino yesterday was talking about the dangers of scouting players based on their performances at tournaments.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so obvious. He was talking about Sissoko.
So
He was like, in future, he didn't say in future, that would be a giveaway. He said like, you can't do it because if you start scouting them at the World Cup, everyone in the world's watching them. And he says you won't be able to get these players because all the top teams in the world will want them. So you have to do the scouting before. And with Sissoko, I reckon it was totally...
Oh yeah, based on...
Yeah, it was totally based on the Euros. And the fact that they probably had no competition whatsoever to get him is the only reason they got him.
Still paid like 30 million, didn't they?
That was bad. That was really bad.
Okay, so who's your other winger then? I've got Welbeck and Sissoko. You've got Sissoko and...
Okay, right winger.
Let me give you a sort of rundown. I assume it's not Salah.
No, it's not Salah.
Salah, Juan Mata, Pedro. Can't even think who Spurs play on that other wing.
They don't really.
No.
They sort of play Ericsson ish there, but that doesn't really count. Lucas Moura at Tottenham.
Has he played much?
Yeah, no, not really. He hasn't been that good when he's played. I was thinking about him, but I just don't think he's played enough football. I'm trying to think Man United. Lingard's definitely not a winger.
It's Mata, Rashford, Lingard, that kind of group. Because it's the same with Spurs. It's kind of ish. Things sort of switch everyone about United.
This is hard. I'm thinking Lingard or Welbeck. I've never liked Lingard. And only this season did he start playing pretty well.
His stats are insane.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Lingard. Just out of sheer warmth for Danny Welbeck.
So, I've got... Formationally, I've gone 2 centre mids, a centre attacking mid, and a striker.
Okay.
From now on. And they're all from Chelsea.
Oh, wow.
So, Fabregas and Bakayoko. Bakayoko, sorry. I know his name. I just can't read my own writing.
Okay, fair enough.
Centre attacking mid, Ross Barkley.
Yeah.
Striker, Morata.
That's a pretty good shout, actually. I had Bakayoko in mine. I'm going to hold on Fabregas because he hasn't been good this year. They've wasted him a lot. I feel like actually them not playing him last year sort of killed him in a way.
He just looks like his legs have gone.
Yeah, he can't really run anymore. And he was so quick when he was younger. That's what made him, special. Yeah, Ross Barkley maybe I have to put in. Ross Barkley, Bakayoko. Tottenham midfielders. Tottenham got good midfield. I really don't like Eric Dyer, but again, statistically, he's very good.
Dyer, Ali. Harry Winks, I guess. But
Harry Winks is excellent. Liverpool got some. I think Wijnaldum's just.
Wijnaldum.
I think he's a bit of a non-player. Like, he scores in big games, weirdly enough, and he did for Newcastle.
Yeah.
Is he that good at anything? Like, name a thing Wijnaldum is really good at. Does he dribble past anyone, though? Does he cut teams in half?
If you have Wijnaldum and Sissoko, that's two of the Newcastle midfield that got relegated. So that's a good sign that you're picking a bad team.
Yeah, that's true, actually. I'm going to say Wijnaldum just because I was tempted to put in Henderson, but I do look at Henderson sometimes and think he does a job. I'm not quite sure what the job is, but he does a job. Whereas I feel like Wijnaldum, he's just like a blank canvas of a guy. There's nothing there. So Wijnaldum, Bakayoko, Ross Barkley.
Yeah,
and
striker. I've gone Morata.
Okay.
But it could have been, I guess, up there. I didn't think he played enough. Solanke at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Maybe Giroud at Chelsea. But I like him too much.
Yeah. No one dislikes Giroud.
Yeah, so I've gone for Morata. But, I mean, he hasn't been awful. He just hasn't been as good as his transfer fee and reputation would dictate he should be.
But I like most of the top 6 strikers. Like, I really like Firmino.
Oh, there's the obvious one we're missing is Llorente from Spurs.
He's barely played.
Yeah, because he's awful.
Yeah. The thing is, his only good spell as a footballer was under Conte. Yet he chose Pochettino's Tottenham over Conte's Chelsea. It was sort of weird. Like, he had 1 year where he was like, maybe 2 years where he was just getting like 25, 26 goals a year. He won like the Serie A with them. I'm not quite sure what happened to that dude's career. But, Llorente's too obvious. Arsenal's forwards are good. Man United, it's Lukaku and who?
They don't have a
Rashford?
Anthony. Yeah, they would put Rashford or Martial if anything happened. Lukaku, I'd assume.
Lukaku's been pretty poor this year. But I do like Lukaku.
Yeah.
Can't pick Mr. Harry Kane.
No.
Or Firmino.
No.
I'm thinking Lukaku or Morata because they've both been quite big
underwhelming
disappointments.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Morata because I think I just prefer Lukaku.
Okay, so for my squad, I had 3 Arsenal players, 4 Chelsea players, and then 1 from each of City, United, Liverpool, and Spurs. Does that sound about fair? That Arsenal and Chelsea are the worst of the top 6?
Well, we literally are. So yeah, that totally makes sense.
Okay, so that makes sense. We'll take a quick break now, and then when we come back, we'll do something a bit more positive. The best players of the bottom 10. So expect lots of West Ham. Okay, so now for something a bit more positive, I guess. We've picked out who's really bad on the top teams. So let's give some shout outs to the lesser appreciated bottom 10. So it's from Bournemouth down. The teams we're picking from, just so we're all on the same page, is Stoke, Swansea, Palace, West Ham, Southampton, Bournemouth, Huddersfield, Watford, Brighton and West Brom.
Yeah, so no like Newcastle's
no
are in
Newcastle,
it.
no Everton, no Leicester.
Yeah.
No top 6, no Burnley.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Because it would have just been like 7 Burnley players.
Entire Burnley. Right.
Yeah.
So I'll start in net, Jack Butland.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout.
Even though Stoke are really struggling, I think he's a good keeper.
He's had a dodgy year, but I think he's an overall, like, how could he not have a bad year with that defence in front?
Yeah.
Like, look at Karius and what a good defence has done for him.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I think, so you agree, Jack Butland? Because I can't, who else would you have? I guess Hart and Adrian at West Ham.
Nope, no way.
Begovic at Bournemouth.
I do like Begovic, but he's been better this season. But no, I think Jack Butland has to be in goal.
No, Ben Foster at West Brom. No, so Jack Butland just seems to be the standout amongst those.
I do like Ben Foster though, but yeah, Butland's better.
Okay, right back. This was a toss up between Pablo Zabaleta, who I didn't go for, and Kyle Naughton, who I did at Swansea.
It's a pretty good shout.
He's solid. I guess Swansea aren't having a great season at all, but he seems to be pretty consistent. You never really see him making critical errors or anything. So, do you have any?
Who's West Ham's? Okay,
Pablo Zabaleta at West Ham.
Zabaleta.
Stokes is Boyer or Barr, the German guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Palace is Martin Kelly or James Tompkins.
Wow, James Tompkins at right back. Is that where they play him now?
He played there at West Ham a couple of times. He's pretty good.
Oh, fair enough.
He's just not. He's like not your up and down fullback. He's just really solid. Like,
who's the Brighton guy who's like 38?
Proper, is it?
I'm not sure. He's Brighton's right back. He's quite old. I'll come back to it when I remember his name, but I'm going to go with him.
Okay. Left back, I could have had two West Ham players here. Cresswell and Masuaku, I think, are both in the top three of bottom half, but in second and third place, because I've put Ryan Bertrand first.
Bertrand's excellent. That's a pretty good shout. Bertrand's excellent.
I definitely think Masuaku needs to be considered, but given that he's just back from a 6-game ban for spitting on people's faces,
I'm gonna go with Masuaku.
He is
because of the spitting.
Yeah. It takes real commitment to spit on a League One player.
That's levels there. That's elite mentality. Yeah.
Out here playing 4D chess.
Yeah. The worse a person is, the better, the higher the level they reach. But it wouldn't shock me if, like, City went in for him this summer, though.
Oh, he's definitely going to end up somewhere bigger than West Ham.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was going to say Liverpool, but then they've got Robertson, so.
They still only have Robertson, though.
Yeah.
And as good as he is, Robertson, you have to say Masuaku's got a higher ceiling in terms of what he can do with the ball.
On the ball, he's incredible. It's his off the ball that is sort of problem, I guess.
Yeah, maybe Klopp isn't the right guy to, like, teach him.
Yeah. Well, Klopp was a centre-back, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
But then Bilic was a centre-back and couldn't organise a defence. It doesn't
Wenger was a
necessarily
centre-back.
carry over.
Yeah, Arsene Wenger was a centre-back. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because he's just huge.
Giant,
That's about it.
Okay, so speaking of centre-backs, I had a pretty solid two, but you've thrown a spanner in the works off air.
Yeah.
Because I had Mamadou Sakho and Angelo Ogbonna, and then you threw Johnny Evans in there, so we're going to need to figure out two of those. Because even to get those two, I felt Shane Duffy was quite hard done by at Brighton.
Yeah, I like
He's
Duffy.
been great.
I like Duffy.
But I think, I don't know, I guess Sakho's maybe the one to drop out. Ogbonna and Evans, I'd take.
Yeah, Sakho. The thing with Sakho is he's one of those players everyone rates, but I think when he was really good, I had this 2 or 3 year period where I didn't watch any football. I think that's when he must have been good.
PSG captain and everything.
Yeah, I didn't get it, and I saw him at Liverpool, and like there were times when like he was running backwards and he'd like trip over his own feet, and I thought this guy can barely walk.
When he first sort of came to Crystal Palace, he had like a renaissance, but it seems to have faded out a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't include him.
So
I've never been a fan.
So Johnny Evans, I think Angelo Ogbonna is really underrated.
Well, he's an Italy international, isn't he?
Yeah, came from Juventus. Really good on the ball. He's just had a couple of injury problems, but he's a really, really solid centre back. I think he would walk into any of the bottom. The reason I picked him is because I think he would walk into any of these teams.
If you're an Italian national centre back,
yeah,
you're good. You know what I mean? Like they've probably got 6th, 7th choice guys who are better than like any English centre back.
Okay, so onto the left wing, but you could put him either. The most obvious choice I think in the whole team, Zaha.
Oh no, wait, I didn't pick my second centre back.
Oh, sorry.
Jack, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's not as if Zaha was a big spoiler anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so second centre back.
Evans, and I'm just looking through the teams now. I don't want any Stoke, Southampton, or other West Brom players. Run me through the West Ham centre-backs.
Ogbonna, Reid, Rice, Cresswell. James Collins.
Yeah.
Bournemouth. They're the goalers like
Ake.
Nathan Ake.
Nathan Ake and Johnny Evans. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I'll take that.
That's pretty good. So ball playing defence there.
Oh yeah, they know how to play with balls. Yeah, they're top level defenders. Yeah.
Okay, so left mid, Zaha. Well, man team. He's kept Crystal Palace up. What looks like he's kept Crystal Palace up more or less single-handedly. Unbelievable. Is definitely going to go somewhere bigger in the summer.
Sorry, what? I just come to terms with what I accidentally just said. What were you saying?
Zaha has kept Crystal Palace up by himself, and he's going to go somewhere bigger in the summer.
Yeah, he's incredible. Have to pick Zaha.
Yeah, it doesn't even. It's not even worth talking about. There's just no one near as good as him in that bottom half.
Yeah.
So you're picking him too, I assume.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, right mid. I've gone Mikel Antonio. At West Ham.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
Was in the England team at the start of the year before his injuries, and I can't really think of who's gonna sort of push him. Shaqiri was up there.
I'll say Shaqiri just to be different, but I do like Mikel Antonio.
Okay. Centre mids. I've gone for Moy at Huddersfield.
Yeah, very good.
I'm playing a 4-4-2, by the way.
Okay.
Classic. We're at the bottom of the table. We're trying to stay up here. None of this 5s or 3s or anything like that. 4-4-2. Aaron Moy at Huddersfield and Lanzini, obviously at West Ham.
Yeah. I would go for Doucouré at Watford. He's just like the perfect box-to-box midfielder, scores loads of goals, wins the ball all the time. I've been picking quite a few players that I would quite like at Arsenal next year.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans, which I think will probably happen, and Doucouré. In midfield as well, I'd take Lemina off Southampton. I think he's excellent. He's probably their only real asset. Him and Ryan Bertrand are like the two players they'll have to like sell in the summer.
They go down,
Yeah. I like Tadic and I like Lanzini. I'm just struggling.
So
to pick.
you're going for a 5? Is this what's happening?
Yeah, like a 4-2-3-1, Jack. Yeah. Next level.
Uncultured swine.
Yeah, you make me sick. But I'm gonna just to be different.
Just to push you.
Yeah,
So-
not Lanzini.
Not Lanzini.
No,
So Lemina. Can't remember. Lemina.
Doucouré,
and who's your 5th or 3rd?
Tadic.
Tadic. Okay. So you've only got one striker.
Yeah,
So I've got 2. So I'll start Callum Wilson, Bournemouth.
yeah,
His goal stats are really good. I think he's, really good in inverted commas. He's only got 8, but he's been injured quite a lot, and he's at Bournemouth, so 8's not bad.
Yeah.
He's consistent.
No, I think he's really good. I like him.
Yeah, so that's my first striker. You can give me your one, and then I'll finish off.
Christian Benteke. No. Arnautovic.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a correct answer here, and it's Marko Arnautovic.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's excellent.
He's unbelievable.
He's one of those guys when he like played out wide for years, the game was just sort of lost on him, and it literally suits him to be at the literal centre of attention in the middle of the pitch.
He really is just like cut price Zlatan.
He's
attitude, work rate, like the way he plays.
West Ham fans, you say, like really like him.
Oh yeah, they love him. He's got that sort of maverick, crazy thing West Ham fans like we had with Canio.
Yeah.
Like who else was it?
Not as quite as controversial as Paulo Di Canio.
No, Carlos Tevez was a bit mad, especially the way he came in.
I think all fans like mad players.
Yeah,
like as long as they're also good. If they're just mad, then it's like it's endearing for like 2 weeks.
I think it's 9 goals and 7 assists or something Arnautovic has got since David Moyes came in. That's not all season, so he's just really hit sort of purple patch with Moyes because he started playing him through the middle. And the best thing is he loves scoring against Mark Hughes.
Oh, that was brilliant. That game
he's
was
done
just...
it twice now where he scores and then celebrates at Mark Hughes, which is brilliant.
I hate Mark Hughes. I can't stand Mark Hughes.
Yeah, that was such an uninspiring appointment by Southampton.
He's getting relegated twice. And Southampton are a club like famed for like their great managerial appointments.
Yeah.
They sack an excellent manager. Yeah, and then they brought in Pellegrino. That was like, I think, a calculated risk because he was very, very good in Spain. It just didn't work here. But like Hughes, it was like, they deserve to get relegated. And he will have technically relegated 2 teams this year,
which
I think is brilliant. And so will have Pulis in a more long distance kind of way with Stoke.
It's like when Benitez won the Champions League and got relegated in the same season with Real Madrid and Newcastle.
Oh yeah,
because he took Real Madrid through the Champions League group stages and stuff, so he technically got a medal, and then he went to Newcastle and relegated them.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
It's a good stat. So the 3 teams that look like they're going down, I know there's still 5 weeks left of the season or so. Who is it again? West Brom, Southampton,
Stoke.
And Stoke. Who do you think is going to come back to the Premiership from each of those teams that they just can't? Shaqiri, Stoke.
Shaqiri definitely will. Joe Allen.
Butland.
I don't really know many Stoke players. I presume Shawcross will just stay.
Yeah, you would assume so. Crouch will probably stay.
Yeah, Crouch actually, he probably, a year playing like 40 games in the Championship would probably be good for him. That's like a good final swan song sort of thing. That's Stoke done. I think Southampton, like I said, Lemina, Tadic, and Ryan Bertrand.
Shane Long will scab himself into like a Brighton or a Burnley, or Shane Long will come back to the Premiership, just same sort of low level team.
I like Shane Long, but he's one of those players, he's never really sunk down to Championship, has he? I don't think he's had a full season in the Championship.
No. Maybe not since he came from Ireland.
Yeah.
He probably went to a Championship team.
It could have done him, because he started at Reading. There was a Reading
Yeah.
team who were really, really good under Steve Coppell. They finished like 8th. Oh yeah, it was like a very Irish team. It was like him and Kevin Doyle up front. That was
And Hunt.
Yeah.
Noel Hunt,
Yeah.
yeah, so I think he'll probably come back to the Premiership in some form. Gabbiadini will probably go back to Italy.
yeah, I'd say so. And yeah, Southampton's team's actually, now that I think about it, it's not that good.
It's not that good at
I
all.
quite like Yoshida though. I think he's a pretty good defender.
He always scores against West Ham.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And he's like an international footballer who goes to like tournaments. So yeah, I presume he'll leave. And who's the other team? West Brom. They've got nothing. Like they've got Johnny Evans.
Will go.
He'll go to Arsenal, Man
or-
City.
Yeah, someone like that.
Liverpool could do with him actually.
Yeah.
But
Who else have they got? Rondon is Premiership quality. They'll probably go to Spain or something, I'd imagine.
yeah. Chris Brunt, or is he yesterday's
He's too
man?
old, yeah. James
Uh,
McLean will go to Celtic, but he's good enough for the Premiership.
Oh, will he go to Celtic?
Oh, you should see. I follow on Instagram. He's like openly flirting with Celtic. Like
Yeah.
West Brom beat Man United, and he put up a picture of him like pulling like a face. I can't really pull the face on radio, but it's like a really kind of happy but like surprised face.
Yeah.
When they beat Man United 1-0, and the caption wasn't like when you beat Man United or something. It's when you find out Celtic beat Rangers 4-0.
Oh, okay.
Like he's just constant. Like he's definitely going to go there.
Yeah.
But I think he could play in the Premiership.
Yeah.
That's maybe about it from West Brom. Oh, Jay Rodriguez.
Yeah, I've never liked Jay Rodriguez.
He's playing quite well at the minute now that he's back from injury.
I just never got him. Didn't he have 1 year where he's like really,
Yeah,
really good?
Southampton. He played for England as well. I think.
Yeah, I think Charlie Austin's another one. He had a year at QPR where he got like 20 goals, and then just that's what everyone thought would happen to Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He'd have that 1 year, then just fall off a cliff. But he was excellent.
Charlie Austin didn't sign for West Ham because David Sullivan went into the press and said he had no ligaments in his knee, like at all.
Oh, really?
And since then, he has only failed to score against West Ham once.
Oh, okay.
So every time he comes back, he's just this real thing against David Sullivan, and he always scores.
You've got to admit, you've got to admire like David Sullivan's his sort of, the sheer nerve of the guy. The fact that he's decided to declare war on himself is pretty incredible.
Did you see what Karen Brady did this week?
No.
On Monday night, West Ham Stoke kicked off at 8. At 10 to 8, she tweeted, "Switch over to ITV now
I
to
did.
watch
Yeah,
my
yeah.
new programme."
Yeah, that was on like the front page of the Mirror or something the other day. Yeah.
she is. Well, that's because she writes for The Sun, so
Oh, okay. Yeah.
smear campaign.
Yeah,
But
they're having a little dig.
imagine being the chairman or chairperson of a club and tweeting, "Switch over to watch my ITV documentary."
And nothing good has ever happened on ITV. Yeah, apart from like 10 years ago, the Champions League. That was the last good thing that happened.
Love Island, no.
No, I've never seen it.
I'm a big Love Island fan.
We should do a
start
lot-
up again soon.
Are we doing a Love Island?
Yeah,
bit?
live cast, live
Yeah.
reactions. And the last one. Oh no, we've done them all. Oh no, Southampton. We have done that, have we?
Yeah, Lamina, Tadic,
Charlie Austin.
and Bertrand.
Okay, so if you are a big club, not necessarily relegated teams, if you're sort of a big club now, who are you trying to poach?
Off those teams,
Off just anyone in the bottom sort of 10, who are you trying to poach?
in terms of people who are actually top 6 level,
Yeah.
Doucouré at Watford, Wilfred Zaha. I don't think any striker is in the bottom half, like top 6 level. Yeah, Doucouré, Johnny Evans. I suppose Butland. I think there are better goalkeepers around. though.
Butland to West Ham, I think makes a lot of sense if we pay for him and they go down,
Yeah,
because we need a keeper.
yeah. And you reckon West Ham's ball will be up for that, like an England international goalkeeper?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the fans would like it.
Yeah, I
I think that's a coup. But the thing is, if he went like a year ago, like Liverpool and Arsenal would have been knocking on the door.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like West Ham doesn't seem a big enough step for him.
No, that's what I mean. That's like my dream signing. I don't think it's necessarily realistic, but
Oh, okay.
I think he'd be great.
Yeah,
Masuaku, I think.
Yeah, Masuaku. Who have we said so far? Masuaku, Zaha, Doucouré,
Johnny Evans.
I still think Lamina at Southampton's excellent. I don't think Shaqiri's top 6 level.
No, I think Shaqiri and Arnautovic both suit the big fish in a small pond
Yeah,
idea. I don't think they would cope well with not being the sort of focal point of a team.
yeah. I'd say they'd be like good options.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's it.
they don't want to be options. They want
Yeah.
to be like they both came from Inter.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, yeah.
They don't want to be in the big team, the famous team, but a bit part player. Like, they want to go to West Ham or Stoke and be the king.
I respect that, totally. I never get players who are, like, happy to go to a big club and play, like, start, like, 6 games a year. Like,
Yeah.
to me, that just... It's borderline embarrassing. Like, you're a footballer, like, play.
If you'd asked me 6 months ago, well, not even 6 months ago, like 4 months ago when Coutinho left, I'd have said Lanzini to Liverpool, but they don't look like they need him. And he's been injured the whole time, so he's kind of fallen off the radar, which is
Yeah.
good for West Ham.
Mm.
But I think he's definitely got that ability. He just isn't consistent enough at the minute.
Mm. I can see a few top 6 teams having him, actually. I think Tottenham
Probably.
would go for him. I actually think Tottenham lack that sort of player. Like, they've got Ericsson, but that's their only sort of, like, playmaker type guy. You think
Yeah.
Lanzini would do a job
See, I
there?
think Lanzini is the type of player that would really flourish at a top 6 team, because when we're playing bad, he's awful. The game passing by, but when West Ham are winning, he is unplayable.
And he'll be used to winning.
He likes getting the ball and having most of the possession and having the other team on the back foot. That's when he plays really well. So I think if he was at a Liverpool or a Spurs, it would just totally suit him.
Being a playmaker at a team, like a bottom half team, is a curse. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, it's such like a thankless job. Like, Tadic is just about the only guy who's like and Lanzini who've come out of it respectable. Maybe Shelvey as well. Oh, he doesn't count, does he? Because
No,
Newcastle are actually good.
top half, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Come on, get a Newcastle are a big club, right?
But yeah, no, they are. They are. Bigger than West Ham.
No, well, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually
probably.
concede
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, they probably are. Although we've got a bigger stadium.
Ooh. Do you? Theirs is like, what, 52? Yours is...
60.
Oh, that's the same as Arsenal's. In my head, it was like 50 or
Nah.
something like that. They had to reduce
It's technically 66, but they've only got a license for 60,000, so
Oh, okay,
they can't
fair
sell the other 6,000 seats.
Mm.
There's always like a sort of the very top tier,
Yeah.
a section of it's closed all the time.
All right, fair enough.
Because for good reason, if they can't stop 60,000 fans rioting, another 6,000 on top of that, they just can't get the license for it.
Yeah, okay.
That's probably about it. I think. I don't think there's anyone else really that good in the bottom half of the table.
No, not really. There's always like 5 or 6 guys that will get like nabbed off big teams.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I never think there's that many. Like, there's a few who I say, like, they'll go to other similar level clubs.
I think City are just going to smash the transfer window this summer. I just got this feeling City are just going to go all out.
Yeah. No, I can totally see that. This summer they'll probably get a left back, another defensive midfielder. Would they get a striker?
They could.
They could. It wouldn't shock me.
It
if
wouldn't
they
shock me if Aguero like went back to Atletico or something.
I don't think
along those
Aguero will
lines.
go now. Like, I think his problem with him before Guardiola was that he wanted like a sort of Firmino type guy up front, a guy who like drops deep and like links
Yeah.
up play and can still score. That's what he wanted Sanchez to do, because that's Sanchez's best position. But I think Aguero's sort of got better at that. Like, he's now become more of like a team player.
I want a really exciting transfer this summer. It's been a while since we've had one. Like a proper like Ronaldo to Madrid, Bale to Madrid type. Like one of the best players in the world, paying a ton for them.
Yeah, it hasn't happened in ages. Neymar was the last one. Neymar and Mbappe were big, but because it was to PSG, no one really cared.
Yeah.
Alexis should have been big, but
It happened under such a cloud, and then he disappointed that.
he was bad at Arsenal, then he was bad at Man United, and Arsenal weirdly have done better out of that deal. So
Yeah,
like
definitely.
totally. So like no one's really talking about it.
Sanchez's best performance at United was on the piano.
Yeah. Yeah. He used to talk about that all the time. He was like, I'm not like the other footballers. I get home, I don't watch football, I don't talk about football. I play the piano and I go to the park with my dogs and I don't talk to anyone all day. That was his like thing. He was like trying to come up with this like sad boy Morrissey type look for himself, where he was like, I'm really deep and intellectual. You can't understand me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's worked out well for him, hasn't it?
It has. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, but who do you think that would be if there was to be this sort of groundbreaking transfer?
Probably like
Harry Kane, wouldn't it?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Tottenham will. I totally think if Real Madrid came in for him, like some people were reporting the other week, I think he'd accept it. Like, he'd accept if they said to him, look, we'll give you 350 grand a week. We want you to join this summer. We just need to get Tottenham to agree. I think he'd do it. I don't think Tottenham would agree. I think they'll want to keep hold of their best player at the new stadium. Look at West Ham. I heard this. I'm literally just lifting this off something I was listening to the other day.
Totally Football Show.
Yeah, was it on that? Where they said, like, Payet leaving,
Yeah.
it really dampened the mood at the new stadium. And I think Tottenham, when you hear the Tottenham players in interviews, they've really bought into the Pochettino project. They seem really committed. Like, I don't think they'd say no to Real Madrid or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think most of them are there for the stake. They really want to see it. But this year they're going to lose like 3 players. They're going to lose Dembele, Alderweireld, and Rose. Alderweireld, what, to Real Madrid? That's not the sort of signing you're talking about, though.
Alderweireld to Liverpool.
That would be
Makes
amazing.
so much sense.
Yeah.
To everyone except Spurs.
He could do a Sol Campbell. Arsenal could get him.
See, I would accept that purely because of like that would satisfy me because of the level of hate that would be involved.
It would be amazing. But he's way too good for Arsenal, which hurts.
West Ham wanted to do that with Scott Parker, and like the sort of hooligan fans in the pub that have that pitch invade like would boo Scott Parker and everything. But everyone that was logical was like, yeah, well, he's like captain in England. He's not going to play in the Championship for reduced wages. Of course, he's going to go to Spurs.
Yeah. I forgot that he went to Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a PFA Player of the Year, got relegated, was captain in England that summer.
Yeah.
And then went to Spurs and everyone was shocked that he wasn't going to do a season in the Championship for reduced wages.
I do love West Ham.
Yeah.
West Ham's... I'll tell you what, though. Like, it wouldn't... Like, if you got relegated this season, it wouldn't have shocked me if, like, Jack Wilshere went down to the Championship with you. And just like, yeah, I'm up for it, guys. I'm up for it. In fact, he will probably be your new midfielder next summer.
I hope so.
You actually hope so?
Yeah, I mean, he's technically better than anything we've got, and he's kind of got that sort of maverick thing about him that we'd like.
Oh, I think West Ham fans would love him.
Yeah.
As long as you don't do what Arsenal do and play him as like an attacking midfielder, I still think he's excellent. It's just at Arsenal now, it's like, for everyone's sake, it would be I think he should just go and like play.
You should just do like a cleanse of that at Arsenal. Like people you like, but just don't do the job anymore. So like Wenger goes, Wilshere goes, Koscielny goes, Mertesager's already going.
I don't know about Koscielny. I get the whole Koscielny thing, but he's like No, I think for years Wenger didn't do that. He like kept people he was like vaguely fond of, like Walcott, Coquelin, Giroud, and Giroud's excellent. But like these were players that like they didn't fit with our style at all.
Oh yeah, I can totally relate. Cause on my Montpellier Football Manager save, I kept Giroud till he was 41, paying him about 80 grand a week just because I didn't want to release him because he'd like led me to the Champions League and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't do it to him because he played for Montpellier then, so like he started with me and I just kept him.
Oh, he won the league with them, didn't he?
Yeah.
They
had like that one fluke season where they won the league and then he went to Arsenal.
He got like 30 goals, I remember it.
Yeah, and then he went to Arsenal and they finished like 8th or something the next season. They did Leicester.
Yeah, fair enough.
It actually surprised me. I saw this week that Jamie Vardy is like 3rd or 4th in the scoring charts this season.
Yeah, this last 12 games, I think he's got 10 goals.
Yeah,
he's been really good.
Totally flying under the radar.
I think I do think like as like a sheer force of nature player, he's really, really good. I consider Aubameyang to be like a luxury version of Jamie Vardy, which makes sense considering that Wenger tried to buy Jamie Vardy like 2 years ago. I still think that was a weird decision from Jamie Vardy. Like, he's better than Leicester.
Offer like 30 million?
Well, he had a buyout clause at the time for like 20 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really cheap, but then he signed a contract. Why? Like, why stay where you are?
It could be just that, like what we said with Arnautovic and Shaqiri, the sort of big fish thing.
He would have been Arsenal's starting striker at the time. We didn't have Lacazette, we didn't have anyone. He would have been...
Yeah, he definitely would have.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool were linked around that time as well. Didn't have Firmino, didn't have Salah, didn't have Mane.
Yeah. But, I never get the decisions English players make. Like, Jack Wilshere choosing Bournemouth over like Roma and Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah. The thing is with Roma's midfield is so good he probably wouldn't have started, but I'd rather start 25 games a year for like Roma and Atletico than start 40 and be like a boring English team in like a relegation battle.
It's the same. It's just I think it's maybe like a language and a culture thing. They can't be bothered because like when Roy Keane left United, he had offers from Real Madrid and AC Milan and he went to Celtic.
That sort of makes sense because he was in his 30s anyway, wasn't he? And I know he was still a top-level player. He wasn't
old. He was like 33. It wasn't as if he was like...
Oh, no, he was still a top-level player. Yeah. But, no, I think he probably always did he always want to play for Celtic, though, at some point in his career?
I mean, every Irish person says that.
Yeah.
Robbie Keane has like 10 boyhood clubs.
Yeah. Wolves,
Spurs,
Inter Milan.
Always loved Inter, always loved Liverpool, always loved Celtic.
The fact that Robbie Keane played for Inter Milan... It still cracks me up. I have no idea why, but I find it the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, it was a weird one. I remember like going through his Wikipedia, like not recently when I was quite young, being like, "Wait, is this a mistake?"
Yeah, he did not play for Internazionale. It was like,
Yes, that'll probably wrap us up for this week because we are on 1 o'clock, and even though no one's coming in behind us, I mean, they might be. We
don't know.
We don't actually know. But the fact the lights aren't on out there is a good sign.
Yeah, I think we're about to get. Still though, we could be 2-footed from behind by whoever's next on.
Angry person that wants to talk about their fashion blog.
Yeah.
Sorry to all fashion bloggers.
Yeah, don't dish hate on the fashion bloggers.
Whoa, I started this talking about my outfit. We're one and the same.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, next week we're doing a fashion episode.
Yeah.
It'll be about football, fashion, gaffs.
Yeah. With the worst kits ever.
Yeah.
And then Ollie will give his dating advice, and to couple up with the partners theme, we'll talk about the best centre back partnerships of all time. Tie in with that. That's how smooth we are. We're getting good at this.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll do us for this week. Remember to check out our YouTube channel. This is going to go up, and we've got a whole 4 subscribers. So,
who wants to be the 5th?
Yeah,
we're
going to monetize this soon, and then we'll be way too big for this platform. So enjoy it while you can.
The 5th subscriber gets £10 million.
May not actually get £10 million.
You'll get something.
Okay, Talk Sport. Here we come. Goodbye.